Good morning, students. How is it going? I hope all are keeping well. Last class, we discussed about the distribution of population. Let us continue today's class. Please take textbook and mark important points. Students, today we can start a new topic that is change in population size. Students, first we have to know about census. What is census? Yes, an official counting of population is known as a census. It is done periodically to show changes in population size. Students, when was the first census held in India? Yes, it was held in the year 1872. But it was unsuccessful. Why it was unsuccessful? Because lack of sufficient information. Students, that time people were not aware of census. They did not provide proper information. The first successful census was held in 1881. The last census was in 2011. Every 10 years we are taking census, right? Changes in the size of population depend mainly on birth rate and death rate. Students, what is birth rate? Yes, the number of live births per 1000 people in a year is called the birth rate. Correct. Then students, what is death rate? Yes, the number of deaths per 1000 people in a year is called the death rate. The difference between the birth rate and death rate is called natural increase in population. At present, the human population on the earth is more than 7.5 billion. The population has grown to this size over a long period of time. The population of a region may also change due to the migration of the people into and out of it. So, what is migration? Migration means movement of people from one place to another, often over long distance, for the purpose of living in the new location permanently or for a long time. So, the population of a region may also change due to the movement of people into and out of it. Clear? What is the meaning of emigration? Yes, the movement of people out of a region. So, when the number of immigrants entering a country exceeds the number of immigrants leaving the country, country's population increases. And when immigration exceeds immigration, the population decreases. Right? Migration can take place within and between countries. Students, do you know the causes of migration? Yes. Generally, people migrate to place where they can get more food and resources and better opportunities of employment, education and healthcare. Hence, there is migration from less developed countries such as Sudan and Bangladesh to more developed countries such as the USA and Australia. For the same reason, there is migration within a country from rural to urban areas. Let us learn about the characteristics of population. The population of a region comprises male and female, young and old, working and dependent people. The proportions of different categories of people in a population help us understand the qualities of that population, right? First characteristics of population is age composition. The population of a country comprises three broad groups: people aged below 15 years, people aged between 15 years and 65 years and people aged above 65 years. The relatively advanced countries have more people aged above 65 years. What is the reason? You know? Yes, this is because better living conditions and medical facilities have resulted in a higher life expectancy in these countries. What is the meaning of life expectancy? Yes, life expectancy is the average number of years a person is expected to live. Next feature of population is sex ratio. Students, what is sex ratio? Yes, sex ratio is the number of females per thousand males. So, the sex ratio gives the relative number of males and females in the population. It is expressed as the number of females per thousand males. In most Asian countries, including India, there are more males than females. Students, do you know the reason? Yes, this is largely due to the general neglect of females throughout the continent, leading to their early deaths. According to the 2011 census, there are 940 females per 1000 males in India. Next feature of population is working and dependent population. Children aged below 15 years and old people aged above 65 years usually do not contribute in production. They depend on the working population for the goods and services they require. Then, which section of the population comprises the main workforce? Yes, generally, people aged between 15 and 65 years comprise the working population. This section of the population is engaged in agriculture, industry, trade, and other economic activities. This section supports the dependent population. In most advanced nations of the world, the percentage of dependent population is low. Next topic is population pyramid. A population pyramid is also called an age-sex pyramid. It is a diagram which helps us study the age-sex composition of a population. Students, take page number 17 and listen this diagram now. Population pyramid divides the total population into 5-year age group. It shows the number of people in each age group separately for males and females. It thus gives us the number or proportion of males and females in the working and dependent population. It also tells us about the birth and death rates and the life expectancy. Such information helps us plan for future needs. For example, a high death rate would mean the need for better medical facilities. A large proportion of young people in the population could mean the need for more schools and colleges to educate them, and so on. So students, healthy and educated people of working age can contribute a lot towards a country's economic development. Hence, it is desirable for every country to have a large proportion of its population in this category, right?